What's up YouTube, it's Ghostwriter15 here, back at it again with another GOAT format video. In today's video, I'm going to be playing the Warrior deck. That's right, I'm going to be playing Warriors, not Turbo. It's been a while since I've played Warriors, so this should be interesting, and I'm going to be using my alt account. So, this is the deck list that I'm going to be using. I just made it up on the spot, literally a few minutes before this video. So I've actually never tested this list, but on paper it looks pretty good. So let's see how it goes. I'm gonna join the game on the rated pool. And we finally got someone. So we're gonna go rock here. We're gonna stick with rock. And we win RPS, so that's really good. We get to go first. As a warrior player maining triple dust shoot, you love to see yourself win the RPS. So here we're just gonna set everything. I don't want to lose to my opponent's dust shoot or their delinquent duo. So I'm fine with setting everything. The only thing this loses to is heavy storm. They activate upstart. They activate another upstart. So now I'm at 10,000. I'm assuming this is turbo that I'm playing against. But it could be control as well. He sets 3 and sets 1 monster passes. So here I'm going to use my Dust Tornado, hit the middle one. Let's see what we get. It's a Book of Moon. And here I'm just going to flip up the Spy, of course, because there's no reason not to. And I put it in defense because I'm scared of Mirror Force. Especially since I'm playing Warriors, I'm playing a really aggressive deck. So first I summon Dawn to see if there's a Torrential before I activate Nobleman. Because if I would do it the other way around, it would be bad. And here we just attack. The Spy goes through. The Dawn goes through, so I'm going to get the +1 right here. And we hit a Tsukiyomi. That's really good, because that's a card that hurts the Warrior deck. Ooh, Snatch Steal. I'm really debating on using that Solemn, but I don't wanna. And here he tributes, which I don't understand. I mean, you should try to attack and get your +1. Or +2 technically, because you're killing the Spy as well. But he makes the Air Knight play, and I Solemn that. Maybe it was incorrect for me to not Solemn the Snatch Steal. I don't know. I'm not a Warrior player. I'm not a LeBounty. Shout out to LeBounty. He sets 1 back row, passes it back to me. I draw Call the Haunted. I'm just going to swing with 1 Spy because I'm not going to put myself in a position to lose to Torrential or Mirror Force. So here he summons Tribe without having anything to discard. I mean, I think he could have waited because I'm only attacking with Spy, so, and I'm not going to change my mind on that. Here I summon the Kaiku and I do get hit with the Torrential, but it's not that bad because he had a Tribe. Activate Call. I'm going to be bringing back my Kaiku. And here, I don't know why he admits defeat. He still had 3,000 life points. The game wasn't over. But it is what it is. We'll take it. We take those. I'm not really sure what to side. The only thing we saw is like DD Warrior Lady and Tribe and Air Knight. So I'm still not 100% sure what he's playing. So I decided to put in my body as a shield because it's really good against commonly side decked cards against warriors like Sakuretsu armor. And then I put in another my body as a shield because I want to draw it. I want my Blade Knights to go through, my Dons of Luke to go through. So that's the only thing I end up citing. Something pretty generic. He starts with pot, of course. He says two, passes it back to me. I draw Graceful, which is okay. This card's not amazing in Warrior. I'm so used to it being so good because I play Turbo. But it does draw me into the Pot of Greed, which is actually a +1 in this deck, in any deck in general. So here I have a tough decision to make. I get rid of the Kaiku because as a warrior player, I just want to have a beater on the field or any warrior with a bunch of back row. I don't want to have too many monsters in my hand. So I go for the Donzalug because he has an open field. I can attack directly. I draw into another Solemn and another Dust Shoot, so I have triple Solemn. I have negation for days. So here I summon the Dawn. I'm not sure if this is correct. Maybe I should have just set the Dawn and waited to set all my back row. But the Dawn doesn't end up dying, so it's not that bad. Here I'm not sure if I want to set the Saku or the Dust. It's a tough choice for me. I'm not really experienced with warriors, but I do set the Saku instead. And after looking at his hand, I realized that setting the Dust was better. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm not a warrior player. This is a pretty tough decision. I think I'm just gonna end up sending back the Sangan here. I don't think there's a point of sending back the Sinister. He already has tokens for meta. And I know I have an out to Spirit Reaper eventually. I do hit the Sangan. The BLS, maybe I could have sent that back, but he doesn't have any lights. The Pro Set Heavy actually ends up costing me a lot of life points. But it's fine. We have lots of back row. So here he's gonna take my Donzalug with Thousand Eyes Restrict. I have no answer to that. I could have solved him, but I don't think it's worth it. I'd rather just Sakuretsu that. So here I top deck into Spy, which is pretty decent in this position. So I just set it, set the Dust, and pass. I know his whole hand basically. So I'm gonna end phase Dust. It's a bottomless. Pretty good hit. So here I use the effect of Spy, and I'm gonna put in attack position, of course. There's no back row. And I end up summoning the Exiled Force. And then I remember that he also has Sinister. That might not be the Reaper. So I end up attacking first to find out if it's the Reaper. Yeah, so I attack first, and it is Sinister Serpent, so that was a good call by me not to use the Exiled. Maybe I should have kept the exiled in my hand. That would have actually been better, but it could have gone worse. Here he activates Meta, and I know the rest of his hand. He has Snatch Shield, Reaper, BLS, so I have to use the Solemn here. So here I'm sure he's debating on using the Snatch Steal or not. He ends up doing it, and I do have to Solemn that, so triple Solemn coming in clutch. I'm only at 1,000 though, so I'm still in a pretty risky situation. Here I top deck knock, which is okay, knowing that he only has Sinister. I just have to hope he doesn't top deck anything crazy. And unfortunately, he top decks one of the best cards he can possibly top deck. It is what it is. But now we have a better idea of what he's playing. We know he's playing Scapegoats. We know he's playing a lot of like beatdown monsters. Um so here I'm just gonna put in the King Tiger Wangoos because he's playing Scapegoat, so it makes sense. I didn't see any spies, so I don't think I need the ninja. I also took out the Mystic Swords in level 2 because it does conflict with the Wangu, and I don't want to have a situation where I can't even use it because of the Wangu. So I just sided out. I sided the Mind Control because I didn't really see that many good flips. I'd rather just play the Bottomless because I did see cards like Air Knight. And then since I'm going first, I put in my one copy of the sided Magician of Faith. I do want to be able to grab back cards like Pot of Greed. So I'm going first. This is a pretty decent hand, and I draw into Pot of Greed, which makes it even better. Now this hand is pretty nice. Of course, I'm going to set the Magician of Faith. Most players do side out their knocks in this matchup, so I do feel pretty safe setting the Magician of Faith turn 1. And nobody sides Mind Control against Warriors, so I'm not worried about that. Sadly, he has his own Heavy Storm and his own Pot of Greed. So I'm going to be forced to use my Solemn. I don't want to use it right now, especially with him having Ring in his hand. But I have no choice. I sent back the Tribe because that's his only playable card right now. And he has no Lights and Darks in Graveyard, so I don't think he's going to be getting a Light or Dark pretty soon. Sadly, I have to let him get the +1. He draws into Upstart, which helps me out a bit. I really needed that. And he kept the Nobleman of Crossout. Wow. I mean, I can't be too mad because I've done the same before. The good news is he banishes his own Magician of Faith, so now he has less lights. That BLS is going to be dead in his hand for a while. He sets 3, so I had to snipe one of those. I end up sniping the worst one. I'm pretty sure Book was the worst one, because, like, I think against Warriors, Book is terrible. So I summon Donnie Z. I'm trying to get the +1 here. Sadly, that is not going to go through. I'd much rather have sniped the Saku than the book. The good thing is I have premature, so he's gonna have to have another answer for Don. We don't summon Kaiko here. We're not getting greedy. So he does have the ring. Unfortunately, I did forget about that. I saw it with Dust Shoot, but I mean, I had to force it out anyway, right? I have my own ring. Here he Torrentals. And I know his Heavy Storm is gone, so I'm okay with setting another back row. Here I top deck into Rhoda. We get the Blade Knight, of course. One of the best normal summons in the format. We hit for 2k direct. And we just pass it back. That BLS is looking really bad in his hand right now. It's not doing anything. So I just attack. Sadly, it's just a Kaiku for him. He can't do anything. I keep the Dust Shoot in my hand because it's dead, so there's no point in setting it. Even if Magician of Faith and Heavy Storm are gone. So here, first I'll set the duo so I can try to hit for 2k. And then on main phase 2, I activate the duo. The reason I do it this way is because he might have like Wing Blast or Regeki Break. So he just sets one. And now I top deck into Knock. And it's a Sangan. So now at worst, this duel is going to be a draw. And I really wish my Blade Knight was at 1600 right now. Like one of the few times I actually wish that. But I top deck into Wangu, so it doesn't matter. Because I can do 1700 with Ring. Here it doesn't matter if he has Mirror Force because I can chain Ring. So I just summon both. It ends up being a Reaper. I don't want to just flip the Ring right away because he might have a book. So I'm just going to wait. The only way I get punished by this is if he has Jinzo. But I think it's worth the risk. And now on the end phase, he has 2 back rows, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I don't want to have to deal with 2 back row. I'll take my chances now. And he has nothing, so I end up winning that. So yeah, that was my first time playing Warriors in a very long time. It went pretty well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. This is Ghost Rider 15 signing out.